well. Do you feel like they can force a game 3?
For me, I'm leaning towards the Gladiators. It's going to depend on how exactly Tofu plays this lane, right? Like I said before.
Killed.
It's going to be big, though, for the boys on Gladiators. Celery's done a really good job to block the small camp, and they push the lane in now, so they need to try and get the equilibrium back in their favor thanks to the hard campers. Duraccio have a blink available just yet. Still only level 2. And Radiant, I mean, their tri lane's pretty strong. The Luna with the blessing, and yeah, they're going to be able to chase down Tofu. So first blood of the game picked up for Watson.
First blood.
The towers, so yeah, it's a nice early influx of gold that's going to be given over to Gladiators. And look at Boom's rotation bottom. This overwhelming amount of magical damage is going to catch Watson off guard, and now they'll turn to the IO as well. He's only able to play around with the short range and the raise, so he's going to have to rely on his movement speed to close the distance at the moment. But as Gilga goes over to the triangle instead, Celery unable to catch him out though. Did they not see the tether over? Oh, Ace! Wow, okay, that's a big one. Limitless and Rabel, I think, both ultimates committed there to get rid of the Timber Storm. Now back to top we go with Celery. Use all the balls of light here from Gilga, so Celery will be able to get out. Duraccio is even going to think about coming back over as well. Blinks aggressively to the IO. Watson's even respawned as well, but Boom's still in the fray. I mean, the Shadow Fiend putting a lot of emphasis on these early skirmishes. The razors have all been used. They've got the glimpse back at least, but it's on the target that's already died, so they won't get an extra +1 for that.
The magic block up against a Lina, up against a Luna. You're only really worried about that burst coming through, like we saw previously from Rabel's rotation.
Let's see if they can kill Ace.
I don't think they can.
They did before with the double ultimates. We'll see how much damage the Laguna Blade really does. He's got plenty of stacks now with your active armor, but he's still gonna end up dropping as Rabel. I mean, second kill for him. I don't know how much this 5% extra damage of the Fairy's Trinket's really paying off, but I mean, that is big to get the kill nonetheless. As bottom, they trade the life, I believe, from the Disruptor and the Abaddon. Well, now Radiant, they're going to look to continue on with the aggression.
Just keep pushing that top lane. Unfortunately for them, Siege Creep not quite there. It was destroyed in the previous wave, but I feel like they've got plenty of damage just with Rabel here clicking away at that tower. Very hard.
Boom's got the DD for about a quarter duration left. Limitless is not the easiest target, but Ace is even going to TP into the fray as well with the Static Storm drop. Tofu, he's able to lock onto the Lina at the moment, and Duraccio cuts away the life thanks to the use of the Sonic Wave, and now the supports as well is falling relatively low. Boom's going to try and block off the retreat from Melody, but they've got a way to cancel it thanks to Tofu's glimpse. A 2 for 0 as all 5 heroes from Gladiator's show. Spirit Breaker go. Oh, wait, hang on. What? Okay, that sent him so... I didn't think it sent him that far back. All right.
5 seconds, bro. Oh, you've got this early-ish game in the bag, right? You just want to make sure that you're able to continue pressing on forward. You're not worried about having to go back to base to refill your mana. Trying to punish these lack of BKBs on Hellraiser's side, which is why I really do like that Rabel's gone into such an early one.
Trying to come to take the fight, though. Couple TBs in. Gilga, Rabel's nearby. Got a glimpse back Melody. Borrowed time being on cooldown, but now look at the Sonic Wave from Duraccio. Rabel's still able to turn it back around, and Watson coming from the other angle here with the ultimate just blows up 2 heroes. Limitless is looking to get involved as well. Hellraisers, they're going to look to now lead this into Roshan, and with 3 points in Lunar Blessing, that extra power should be enough to bring it down.
That's what I was talking about, right, with the BKB coming through on the Lina. It was a nice overgrowth, but
something that I didn't know the Aghanim Shard gave you.
Yep. It's very nice. Like, Luna's already very fast, and of course, Lina already has good movement speed because of the Fiery Soul.
The Fiery or Fury?
It's fiery, bro.
No. Your pronunciation kind of whack sometimes, Limitless. It's a stun onto 2. Early use of the BKB from Rabel, but we're waiting for the follow-up from Tofu with a kinetic field on cooldown. Doesn't feel like he's going to be able to utilize the ultimate perfectly, so he'll hold it for the moment as Ace was charging on 4, but they're still got to be cautious as Tofu gets blown up. But Ace has been able to deal with the Ira to start the fight. Is now taking the fight by the T2 tower. Duraccio charges up the Sonic Wave, finds a huge combo from them. Watson's going to try and prioritize the BKB to TP out, but he actually wants to stand his ground for the round 2. But they've got big issues now as the Static Storm controlling 3 can enable the boys on Die just to freely siege down their heroes. But a quick use of the relocate out will keep the Luna and the Io alive.
The glyph. I wonder if they'll have learned anything from that past fight, though. Again, Rabel. It feels a lot worse because he doesn't have that secondary life to play with. But you just gotta save that BKB. Gonna go for this little wrap around here. Smoke coming through.
Falling pretty goddamn low here is Watson. Look at the burst. A quick and easy kill thanks to Laguna, and now the sanity is Rabel. We're forced to pop the BKB out. Is this force them to also leave the seed and see Ace?
Yeah,
Well,
look at
he's
these
gonna be pretty
TPs coming
fast to
through.
get out. Rest of the boys aren't here just yet. Try and use the Yours aggressively, but now with the relocate set up Die, they need to connect to the Timber Saw. Still trailing a little bit far away from the team. The break is out as well thanks to the Silver's Edge, and Ace is gone. You even use Overgrowth as well to not keep the Timber alive, so and we might just see Radiant walk down mid.
Yeah.
Lina and I are showing the top lane. They don't have any aggressive wards, and Rabel's going to run into them. So Smoke popped and Tofu as well. That's a really key target to bring down. Rabel's going to be forced to pop the BKB just to get out of the Static Storm. He even lands the LSA. Once again, the ultimates from Gladiators just super reactionary, just to hope that they can get them off fast enough. As well, Limitless charging up the high going into the Requiem. He's playing with the status resistance along with the haste, so Limitless is free to get out of dodge.
He's even going to use this time to farm on the bottom side of the map. Actually doesn't even finish his charge. He wants to be there to reconnect.
So we've got Tether. He's going to make it down to the low ground. Going to be a bit cautious on Ace as well. We see the magical damage coming to play. When he's holding this Yours on Ace, he might be forced to use it. Limitless once again. It's going to hold them back. Jiracho playing around with the silence as well, but Boom's falling pretty low. Silver's Edge going to do naught. HELLRAISERS continuing on with the train, going from hero to hero.
Even taking away the outpost before the 27-minute mark, so the experience lead's going to grow, and it feels very burst heavy at this stage of the game. Whereas Luna, they could just sit there and right-click, and they've got the burst.
Solar Crest overcharge, Luna Blessing. Rabel is just shredding objectives.
And that's without the Luna doing a lot of these right clicks. Now Luna actually goes and says, oh, actually I could do this as well. Nearly hitting onto that timing for the Spirit Breaker again. Level 20, approaching. Aghanim Scepter, approaching.
Duraccio? Lincoln's pop, Duraccio? Well, no, Ace as well is getting ripped apart. Look at the damage from Rabel, man. He is comfortable on the Lina. Maybe he's overstepped his boundaries a little bit here. So got Satanic, BKB on cooldown. He's going to get a kill even before the relocate out. And now Rabel's still in a position to just rip apart the side of Gladiators. Look at the damage that's coming through from the position too. Multiple buybacks being forced out, but what do you get out of them? They're going to try and find an angle back in, but still Rabel is just standing his ground. Look at the life still, look at the stain. Boom's got to be cautious as well. Laguna cuts away the life for the Shadow Fiend. He's got a buyback, but he doesn't have max souls to play with. We'll try and drop the Static Storm, but instantly, Yours, along with the Satanic, giving Rabel enough health to work around with. Our Ace as well, got to be cautious. Reposition himself to the right side, but they'll just turn to the Shadow Fiend, and yeah, they've had enough. And Danog continues to be right.
Let's go. It's a bit of a curse, you know, like...
Yep.
Have this much of a heavy brain on my shoulders is very challenging, but that I feel like this made, because you just see how much of a net worth lead Rabel's had throughout this entire game. If you can just quickly show it on the camera, just have a look over at the player net worth. He's always in the lead from start to finish, and that's all on the back of just being able to go back, shove out the lanes, farm the small camp, and Boom never was. You know, he was always doing okay on the net worth,